to smile with new dentures from Aspen Dental. To raise a toast and gather together. To wrap up the fun and round up the gang. To help get you ready, your Aspen Dental Denture team is celebrating 25 years of affordable care with an epic anniversary savings event. Don't miss enjoying a moment with fast repairs in our on-site labs and 20% off your custom dentures. Plus, we have a denture money-back guarantee, so you can smile with confidence. Aspen Dental. Book today.
Too much clutter has your home bursting at the seams? Call All About Storage Container Rental. We'll bring a 20-foot container and leave it on your property. You'll have access 24/7 and we'll come get it when it's empty. Call All About Storage Container Rental today, 423-267-2129.
This is an important time of year for all types of reasons, but if you are watching the show this morning and you are currently receiving Medicare, then hopefully you know that this is your annual enrollment period. If you're not quite sure what to do with that, our next guest knows all too well. Her name is Misty Bolt. I went right and jumped into the Medicare Misty. That's how we all know you in town. Good to see you.
You too. Good morning.
You kind of do the thinking for us. That's who you are, right?
Try to help you through the maze.
Trying to help you because now this is not for somebody who's soon to be on Medicare. This is for current Medicare recipients.
Yes.
And this is their chance to change things if they want to. Is that right?
Yeah, if they like it, they can stay where they're at. But if there's one guy called me and he said, I love my dental, but I want lower copays for my doctors.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, well, come in and let's see if we can find you something like that.
What if you don't know? Like, what if you think you're satisfied, but you could find out there really is something better out there?
Yeah.
Should you still come in?
Still come in by December 7th and we'll help you figure that out.
Okay. So suppose, you know I like suppose games, Misty. So suppose that this was your first year to receive Medicare.
Okay.
What if it hasn't been a full year yet?
It's still annual enrollment for everybody that's on a plan. So it doesn't have to be a full year. So if you got on Medicare in April, June, July, August, September, it's your annual enrollment. Now, your deadline is not December 7th if your birthday is October, November, December, January, February. Your deadline is only December 7th if you're on a plan and you want to change a plan.
I don't know how you keep up with things. You know how most of us will say, I'm not sure what day of the week it is? I don't know how you keep up with it.
It's 18 years of practice.
That's right.
You know?
So when people come to you, let's establish a few things.
Okay.
Perhaps they're currently on Medicare and they didn't use anyone to help them decide their plan. Perhaps they've been using somebody else. They come to you, it's no cost to them.
That's right.
Okay.
Can't charge them anything.
What do you look for when you're talking to them? Do you first ask them a bunch of questions or do you want them to ask you a bunch?
Usually they start in, like last night, a lady called me about 9 o'clock and she said, I can't afford my medication. So I go in saying, do you qualify for extra help? You know, could you help me with that? Because first they're wanting just help on that a particular prescription. So I say, do you think you qualify for extra help? Well, also the limits have gone up. So maybe you didn't qualify last year, but maybe you'll qualify this year for extra help. Now, sometimes when we get a raise, it kind of washes it out. So I kind of check for that. One was eligible for extra help, but she also was eligible for Medicaid to get her Medicare premium paid for. So then I went and said, did the application for her online for her to get her Medicare Part B premium paid for. So now she's got help on her prescription and she's got her Part B premium paid for.
Okay, you said something that probably, I'm sure people heard what you just said, but I bet they're like me and they're fixated on something else you said earlier on. You said you got a phone call at 9 o'clock last night.
Yes.
So
that's normal this time of year.
Is it really, Missy?
Yeah. Well, and I think it's just because they're either working or dealing with grandkids and it settles down and then all these commercials come on and they're thinking, is somebody local still up and around? And
the answer is yes.
Yeah. And then if they call me back at 5 and I don't get done, I always say, take them out. Can I call you later as soon as my last appointment? And usually it's about that time.
So you and I have had conversations for a number of years now. So I know this to be true about you, but I'll let you say it for people who might be hearing it really for the first time. But you build relationships with your clients.
Absolutely.
So when you see, oh, that's Ms. Such and Such calling, you know her.
Yeah, yeah. And it's this one particularly called from Hole in the Wall, Tennessee, and it was another referral that had given her my name too. So I didn't know her last night, but she's asked me if I knew. So and so.
Okay, you and I were able to talk during COVID because you had to really change the way you did business then because your demographic is older.
Yeah.
So some people are really wanting to come back in the office and talk to you, but some people are comfortable with a phone call.
Yes.
You can do it either way.
Either way.
What if your adult kids have questions about it? Does that ever happen?
Yes, and because they can't understand it. Last week, someone brought her son and her daughter because they were like, I don't understand this, and they do understand it. So if they feel more comfortable with a child, because I'm a mom,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm a granddaughter, so if they need to bring somebody that makes it feel comfortable, or they have a power of attorney.
Right.
You know, a gentleman came in and both of his aunt and uncle had Alzheimer's. So he was the caregiver for both of them, which rarely happens that both couples get it. And he was just like, I don't even know how they figured, you know, this out.
Yeah.
So,
You have to be careful too, listening too much to what your friends are doing, don't you?
Yes.
Because it really is a case by case, what's best for your life decision.
right. So because of the medications, the doctors that you see are different from your friends. You know what your needs are. Maybe some want more dental, some want more vision, some want different, you know, lower doctor copays.
Right.
Or no doctor copays.
Right.
You know?
Okay, so we don't really want you staying up late at night.
Okay.
Taking those phone calls.
Yeah.
So when we share the phone number for people to reach out to you, and I guess they can make appointments online too.
They sure can at MedicareMisty.com.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's your information, MedicareMisty.com. There's her phone number, 556-6055. 18 years of doing this, about every bit of those years making friends along the way. And people have until December 7th?
At midnight, but please don't wait till then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
Julia, what are you doing? We have a commercial to film.
I'm taking a break.
Breaks are what we're telling people about. Budget breaks.
Visit budgetbreaks.com for locations and coupons. Budget Breaks. Breaks starting at just $100.